Okay, so you want to print a rock, and you're on chitubox 1.9.3, and I'll open a file, and it is in my desktop. Wait, you down. Come on, what are you doing, clown? Here, drag it across, plop it in there. Good. Okay, we've got a rock. It's an ugly rock. Okay, let's just make it scaled. Scale to fit and lock the ratio. It now fits the build plate. Now it's a big rock. So this rock, I first of all want to hollow because I don't want to waste all my resin. So up here in hollow, I'm going to make it about a 3mm wall because this is a mega 8K, it's a very big printer, and start the hollow process. Zips on down. Okay, now that I've hollowed it, I need to work out which axis I'd like to print it on. So it's going to have pretty broad area. I think what I'll do is I'll rotate it about 30 degrees up, and looking from the top. Yeah, okay, let's look from the top. So I click top, then I click the eyeball, which shows whether or not it's inside the build area, and it is. Okay, so it's now got a lowest point, and to get the best finish, about 30 degrees growing up both ways, we'll get a pretty good finish underneath. So I could tilt that up even more, but not all the way to 45, because that starts to get a bad finish from the anti-aliasing if you're using it. Let's have a look from the right. That doesn't tell me much, does it? Let's look from the top again. Still in the build area. Okay, good. Now I have hollowed it, so now what I want to do is to zip on down and find the first layers that print. So it starts printing down here, and in here is where I put my vent holes. 5mm, continuously at the hole. This is set to screen. I'll set it to the... Actually, I will set it to screen. I'll have it go straight down. I'll just click top. Now, where is my very first section? Oh yeah, that's it. It is in that area. A couple of holes there. Now it starts again over here, so I'll put another one over there. Another one there. So this is not touching the build plate underneath. See, it's not green underneath, so that's okay to put holes there. If it was touching and everything was green underneath, I couldn't have the holes there because they'd be landlocked and they wouldn't work properly as a pressure release. Okay, so that's actually about all I need to do the whole model. But what I do need is when I do supports, I need to make sure that that roof inside is fully supported. I'll look at it from underneath, just give us a sec. So that's looking up at the roof from the bottom of the build plate, and that's going to collapse if I don't put something in there. So let's go zip over into supports, and I'm going to go heavy. I use spherical contact points. You'll see them in a second. Up at 0.8, okay, so it's not the hugest one I've ever done. If it's a strong resin, 0.8 will be fine, but usually I do a 1mm snap off point. Now over here I've got cross width set to 30, and what that does is, I'll show you in a second, and I want to go plus all. Plus all puts supports on the inside and the outside of the model. So here's the outside of the model with all of its supports. They seem a bit light on to me. Let's have a look. What have I got set as their diameter? Oh, see, I've only got... I'll just bring them up a bit in size. The contact size, contact diameter, middle diameter, middle diameter is 2. Okay, fair enough. Alright, let's just remove all, yes, and I haven't got the skates on, so I'll turn the skate on for this one. I won't use the giant raft, just show it with the skates, and we'll go plus all again. Now, plus all has put them on the bottom of the surface, and if I look inside, it's put a grid inside as well. This density on the inside's a bit, is that too much? I don't know. Let's have a look. Right to the end it's got them contacting. You can see those spots in the top there, so the roof is being supported the whole way. I'll leave it like that on the inside. Okay, so we've got our rock, and so where it starts, I'll just show you, looking at that black line that gets projected around, where it starts, it's not very stable where it starts. See where it starts, it's got one support, and that's quite wide to that point, so I'll add a support here, and when it lets me, I can't get a support in there because I've got a setting that's not quite right. This 5mm long here, if I drop that down to about 3, I should be able to fit it in under there. Yes, so now what it was it couldn't get it in because I didn't have enough room. It was bumping, so it wouldn't allow me to do it. So this sort of slither that it's starting with needs a bit of extra stability, and it needs stability as it goes outwards as well. So the start of a model is the worst place to fail at, and the failing there is pretty common. So I'm just going to round these holes because they're a little bit, they can be a bit unstable there, and maybe over here as well where that starts again, just a bit around that hole. Okay, let's have a look what we got. I'm just going to zip this up a little so that I can see what it looks like. Not bad, I think that would print, and it then goes into slice. Okay, I'll just finish it at that.